The statistics are staggering. It turns out there are 37 million seniors today, our mothers and fathers, our grandparents, our friends. But our loved ones over 65 are getting seriously injured and dying because of falls. It accounts for $20 billion in medical costs every year. And as baby boomers age, that number is expected to double in the next decade. It's a hidden public health crisis that, at first glance, can be mistaken as funny.
Falling down is usually played for laughs on the internet or on TV. But in real life, falling is no laughing matter. Every 18 seconds, an adult 65 or older winds up in the ER because of a fall. Every 18 seconds.
Most falls are never reported. People don't go to the hospital. They just go home and they're injured. They nurse their injuries themselves.
Or their spouses become caretakers. Take Lillian Sachs and her husband Julian. They married more than 25 years ago and built a happy life. But 8 years ago, while riding the subway, Julian fell and suffered a traumatic brain injury. He was never the same.
He had retinal occlusion in the right eye. He also had a shunt put into his head.
This past summer, Julian fell again.
He said, "I can't take this anymore. I don't want to live anymore." And he stopped eating, and he died in August.
It's not unusual. Every 35 minutes, an older adult dies because of complications due to a fall.
This is absolutely a public health crisis.
Senator Barbara Mikulski led a 6-year fight for the first fall prevention bill to study the impact of falls on healthcare costs.
Over the next 10 years, our baby boomers will be coming of age. 20% of our population will be over the age of 65.
Enter Celeste Carlucci and Julie Cardacci. One, a professional dancer who toured with Bob Fosse. The other, an occupational therapist. They started the Fall Stop Move Strong program to help older adults prevent falls.
Many of those falls are due to quite preventable factors like weakening, losing strength, bad footwear, medication interactions, and we address all of that in our class.
Ironically, they both found themselves drawn to older adults.
What drew you as a dancer to seniors?
Because both of my parents have passed, I think that I had this need for the link to another generation, and they inspire me, and I really love making them feel good in their bodies.
The program combines strength training to help balance and practical tips to minimize risks. It started with a handful of students, and it's now a growing business with proven results.
We started collecting data on the first session and then on the last session that measured potential falls risk. And for every person, without exception, their risk went from either high to moderate or low, or from moderate to low risk or outside the risk range. So we know it works.
And up.
The exercises aren't easy, but for 88-year-old Joe Siegel, it's literally and figuratively keeping him going.
What's the favorite part of the class for you? What's the favorite part of the class for you?
Putting them on your thighs.
When it ends. When it ends.
For Joe's daughter, the classes have meant peace of mind.
And I think the people in the group care about one another, and they check in, and it means a lot.
The classes strengthen muscles to keep clients from shuffling. They also learn to reduce clutter at home, to prevent tripping. And they're taught how to navigate the real world, like how to get in and out of a car.
So I get in, lean this way, and push myself over. Now you can get in.
Oh my goodness, I love this. Okay,
Quick
so
and easy.
instead of doing this, which is what I always do.
Turn around.
I turn around.
Hold on here.
Back
in.
Oh my gosh, that's so much easier.
Swing your legs.
That's crazy.
The program is growing, reaching more people like Lillian Sachs. Though she's still grieving the loss of her husband, she's now taking a few bold steps for herself.
When I start thinking about walk properly, I feel a lot more positive about myself. And I feel stronger, and I feel more optimistic about the future.
Now, the Fall Stop program offers several tips to prevent from falling. Shuffling, for example, is one of those things. The class gives you strength to lift your legs, teaches you how not to shuffle, which on uneven surfaces is dangerous. If you're holding a bag, for example, if you hold it with your hands, it can throw off your center of gravity. So they suggest holding it up against your body, or even putting it up against your arm, because that changes your center of gravity. And, for example, if you're putting stuff up on a shelf, instead of doing it with your feet together side by side like this, just put one foot in front of the other, and it gives you a better center of gravity.
And you were telling me after medication, sometimes when you switch medication, you need to be careful because you can...
A huge number of falls happen in 48 hours after changing your prescription.
Oh,
so
thank you.
Keep monitoring it.
Thank you for this. I was just thinking of my mom. Thanks for this information. I know
know.
Diane's
Mom,
been watching this
listen
closely
up.
as well.
Exactly.
Yeah. You can find out more about this growing concern and what you can do to help older people in your life that you love so much on our website at abcnews.com.